Hello, dear friends. Baba Bhaskar is amongst you once again. The first two videos of my Bhagwat Gita series have had such an incredible response that I am emboldened to embark upon the third one with even greater fervor and energy. As you imbibe the spirit of the Gita and internalize its powerful, life-changing and universal message, you will feel yourself empowered, recharged, and glowing with an inner confidence. Your outlook on life and your attitude to the problems you face will undergo a radical but positive change. You will feel yourself moving in a direction that is forward-looking and uplifting. Let me straightaway then take you to the fifth of the 20 most inspiring verses. This is Sloka 47 from chapter 2. Karmanye vadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phalaheturбhu ma te sangost va karmani. You have a right to perform your prescribed duties, but you are not entitled to the fruits of your actions. Never consider yourself to be the cause of the results of your activities, nor be attached to inaction. This is an extremely popular verse of the Bhagwat Gita. Over centuries, it has held the attention of millions of readers and inspired many generations of scholars, students, commentators, sages, devotees, and indeed the commonest of common persons. The wisdom that it imparts is timeless and ageless. Indeed, as man moves on through the evolution of time, its applicability seems to grow ever more robust and strong. The verse conveys four valuable insights into how our actions need to be conducted. 1. Do your duty, but do not concern yourself with the results. We all have the right to do our duty. Therefore, understand your duty fully and completely. Having done this, perform it to the best of your ability. Worry not about success, failure, or partial achievement. Very often, the results of our actions are not in our hands. We have a fair notion of what we are setting out to achieve, and that is enough. But if we become over-anxious about results, we will experience anxiety and concern, which will detract from our devotion to our duty. When we give up concern for the results, and instead focus solely on doing what we have set out to do, we are able to focus entirely on our efforts, and the result is often better than our expectations. Number 2, the fruits of your actions are not for your enjoyment. To perform actions is an integral part of human nature. Having come into this world, we all have various duties determined by our family situation, social position, occupation, etc. While performing these actions, we must remember that we are not the enjoyers of the results. The Gita here introduces the concept of Nishkaam Karma, which means doing karma without any expectations for its fruits, like raising your child without expecting anything in return, like helping others without any expectation of any return favor from them, like digging a well to quench the thirst of others without any expectation that they will come and say thank you. The term Nishkam means without expectation. Nish means no, and Kam means any expectation of reward. Nishkaam Karma is indeed a central theme in the Bhagwat Gita. It is an important philosophical concept in Karma Yoga. It means to act unselfishly without personal gain in mind. In Karma Yoga philosophy, which the Gita elaborates in considerable detail, there are two central concepts: Sakam Karma and Nishkaam Karma. Sakam Karma is to take action with self-centered motives. Nishkam Karma is the opposite of Sakam Karma and is considered to be selfless, desireless action. Ultimately, Nishkam Karma is considered non-attachment to the result of personal actions, but with selfless and loving motives. If one is not attached to the consequences of one's actions, then one will gradually and ultimately free oneself from the eternal cycle of life and death. Number 3. Even while working, giving up the pride of doer-ship. We have the right to do our duty, but the results are not dependent only upon our efforts. A number of factors come into play in determining the results. Our own efforts certainly, but also destiny, external unforeseen circumstances, the efforts of others, the cumulative karmas of the people involved, the place and situation, and so on. How then can we claim the sole credit for the outcome of our actions? We must curb our egos and infuse humility into our deeds and behavior at all times, since our own actions are not the sole cause of the outcomes. Number 4. Do not be attached to inaction. Although the nature of the living being is to work, often situations arise where work seems burdensome and confusing. Even so, instead of running away from it, we must understand and implement our work imaginatively and dedicatedly. We must find interesting and innovative means of getting work done, not give up and resort to inaction. Becoming attached to inaction is never the solution and is clearly condemned by Lord Krishna. Now let me take you to the 6th of the inspiring shlokas. This is shloka number 51 from chapter 2. Karmajam buddhi yukta hi phalam tyaktva manishenaha janma bandha vinirmuktaha padam gacchantya namayam. The wise, possessed of equanimity and a sense of detachment, free themselves from the cycle of birth and death by renouncing the fruits of action in the material world. By working in such a state of consciousness, they are gradually freed from suffering. Lord Krishna reiterates that the wise person is one who renounces the fruits of action and is consequently freed from the cycle of birth and death. It is imperative to consciously remember, as we perform all of our actions, that I am not just this body, that this body of mine is only a temporary refuge. Then gradually we will begin to ignore the fruits of action, perform selfless deeds, attain purity of purpose. The attitude of me and mine will diminish. The feeling of doer-ship will subside. In due course, we will succeed in transcending the cycle of life and death and free ourselves from attachment. If attachment ceases, redemption is certain. In our present form, we are attached to the transient, to an illusion which we may call Maya. We must instead become attached to the Atma or soul and subsequently merge in it. And this, dear friends, brings us to the close of this edition of Baba Bhaskar's 20 most inspiring shlokas from the Bhagwat Gita. Till the time that I am back with my new video and a new set of inspiring shlokas, stay safe, stay secure, and stay spiritual. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please like, please share, please subscribe, and don't forget to turn on post notifications.